I am Shishir Gupta. For the people who are joining in for the first time, I'm the founder and CEO of StartupLanes, author of Startup Easy, and the consultant for venture capital and startups. So you can ask me anything about startups, even the career option, funding, whatever you want to, and we'll take everybody one by one.
Good afternoon,
Yeah,
sir.
Abhishek.
How are you, sir?
Good. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Basically, I'm from rural background. I have completed my graduation in Malnad College of Engineering, and I'm working in a private company from past 6 years. Sir. Actually, I have an idea to start up a company, but initial problem is I'm not able to arrange the capital. What are the ways to arrange that capital, sir?
The first method, I'll tell you all the steps, in fact. So funding goes in different sections and different rounds, whatever you want to call them, and the first and foremost one is friends and family round, and also 3F, friends, family and fools. I'll tell you who are the fools. So first of all, you should approach your friends and family members, because they know, they have trust upon you. Whatever you are building, they can take the risk on the basis of whatever you do, because they want to support you, right? And yes, there are a couple of people like your college principal, or maybe the dean or the chairman, who might be knowing you for some reasons, obviously the good reasons, not the bad ones. They can put their money upon you, and maybe your uncle or uncle's friend or anybody who can put in some funds till the time you build the MVP. MVP is the minimum viable product. That means if you are building a bicycle, build the wheel or the handle or the pedal, anything that you can sell independently in the market. That means any product which you are building, do not make the entire product in one go. Step by step, make some basic parts of that product so that you can go out in the market and get some revenues. It is extremely important for each startup founder to generate revenue from day one. From day one, even if you are building big things, that is okay, but start making revenue from other alternative sources. Like if you are building an application similar to LinkedIn, okay, no worries, but side by side start selling some services, some advertisement, something that fetches you revenue. That is the most important part of it. Once you are there at MVP stage, the second round that comes up is your angel round. So that moment you can approach the angel investors. You don't have to give any kind of collateral. You just have to approach and try your luck. If they like your project, if they feel that you are able to generate return in future, they will definitely put in money. So that is how. After that comes the VC and then the PE round. Once you are established in the growth stage, then you can approach the venture capitalist who have the public money. They can put in some $1 million to $5 million as initial round of funding once you are in a growth model, right? But if you have just the concept, do not approach the angel investors. It will be very much difficult as well as demoralizing for you, because the chances of results will be very, very less. Abhishek, you have a follow-up question?
Yes.
Ask me.
Yes, sir. Means capital means I'm not able to choose a particular field. You suggest something. We can't able to go with a whole product. We have to concentrate on individual product. Yeah, nowadays in a market, every products are running this. I'm not able to choose which one is correct, which one is give more growth to my career, like that. The selection of the industries.
Okay,
How
I'll
can I
tell you.
choose?
I'll tell you one way to choose. Right? Find out what you can do best. Okay? Find out what you can do best, and then go to your friends and find out what do they think that you can do the best. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Then find out whether the country or the society needs it, what you are trying to make, and then find out whether they will be able to pay for whatever you are making, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
the combination of everything should match your passion. Find out whether it is your passion or not. Let us take an example. Suppose you like to teach, Okay.
Yes, sir.
But you might not be good at teaching. So then this combination is not perfect. Suppose you are good at teaching, but your friend says that you are not good at teaching, don't go for it. Okay.
Okay,
You
sir.
need to find out something that you are good at. Your friends and family, that means what people say that you are good at. It should be combination of everything. What is required by the society and the country, what people will be happy to pay you for, right? And what is your passion. If you match all these 5 factors, then you end up making something which is good, which you can be performing nicely.
Okay, sir. Means only this much, sir, because I don't have proper idea. I can.
Okay, I'll give you 2 methods. One,
Yes, sir.
the method I told you, this method generally takes a lot of time and there is no guarantee that you will get immediate or success in near term. But
Yes.
if you want to become successful soon, that means in 6 months or so,
Yeah.
find out what is successful in the West, right? And create a list of all that and find out. West means not the west of India. West
okay.
means the Western countries. Okay.
Yeah.
Find out what you can do through value engineering, through innovation, and make cheaper. Getting my point? Exactly
Yes.
what China did. Find out what is there in demand, right? Or what kind of startups are there in West, and that has some demand in India also. And then find out if you can reduce the price. This is one method. Else, find out which startups has a large market share and performing very nicely, like Zomato. And can you reduce the price of the same offering without fiddling up with the product quality? Let me tell you one thing very important. Do not give better quality. Do not. You might be surprised or shocked to know that why better quality is not good. Because if you go to the customer and say my product is better than Coca-Cola, I have a soft drink which is better, nobody will believe you, and you will spend a hell lot of resources means money, explaining them, making them trust that you are better. So do not get into it. It is easier to sell the Coca-Cola cheaper than what others are offering, right? If you have a bottle of Coke which is selling for 40 rupees, sell it for 30 rupees, everybody will buy and you get immediate profits. So that's the better idea, right? That is why go for a homogenized, that means the product which is similar or is standard product available in the market, just try to reduce the price. Got it?
Yes, sir. I got
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you. Next question, please.
Sir, I have a hyperlocal delivery startup in my hometown, and like we are doing somewhere around 150 to 200 deliveries a day.
Okay.
So and wherever we approach for in funding competitions and else, so they say like, how will you compete to big giants like Dunzo and all? So that is one question. Like we are yet to figure that out, because we are also into similar manner. What we can do is like we can serve. So that's what we can do in the delivery business. And then the another thing is that I just wanted to know, are we too early to look for funding, or like what are your views on this?
So like you said, you have enough traction. You are doing so many deliveries and you must be having revenue, obviously, right? So I need not ask about the revenue. So it is never early whenever you start getting the revenues.
Yes, revenue is there, but it's getting break even without the founders getting salary. Like the cost are.
No, that's okay. That is perfectly fine. If you read my recent post, that is exactly what happened with me. For 5 good years, I was without paying myself anything, right? So it is okay. It is the normal case with all the founders. We end up getting nothing, and sometimes it feels that we are here only for paying the salaries to our staff, right? But
Yes.
This is normal. This is pretty good. This is how entrepreneurship happens. That's pretty fine. See, the time of raising funds is not defined, never defined in fact, but time of approaching the angel investors is, I can give you an idea. As soon as you start getting revenue and as soon as you are able to deploy your funds into the scaling up of your operations, that means money that you raise should go exactly and appropriately into customer acquisition. Note down this keyword, customer acquisition. You might already be knowing it, but let me clarify, 85% of your fund should go into customer acquisition, nothing else. Investors do not want their money to go into your luxuries. Even if you build assets, that is called luxuries, right? I'm not saying you will buy a car, but even if you are buying a fancy office, or if you are buying some kind of machinery or a phone or a laptop, for the investors it is the luxury that you are going to enjoy, right? Better to take it on rent. Whatever money you are taking from the investors should go necessarily 85% into the customer acquisition, and that is what they will be asking you in your financial projections. If you know how to make the financial projections, pretty fine. Don't know, come to us, we will make it for you. And from those financial projections, your exact amount of funding required for how much months will come up. Investors will be able to calculate the dollar return. That means if I give you 1 crore, how much your startup will be able to deploy, and how much per day, per month, per year, everything will be calculated, and accordingly I can also find out what will be your revenue and what will be your valuation, what will be the share value of my investment. That is the most important thing, because investors invest for the shares. If they invest into the share value, they need an exit. Exit means when I'm able to sell the share at a higher price. They don't want any kind of profits. Any investor who's asking for profit is not the real investor, right? So the time is not defined. Whenever you have revenue, approach it. But how much to raise is really a myth which I get across every time. Most of the founders think that raising more money is good. No. If you raise more money, you end up throwing your equity. I'll tell you why. Suppose your startup is valued only 5 crores, right? Don't go by the emotional value, go by the real value. If your startup is valued at 5 crore, and if you raise 3 crores or 2.5 crores, you end up throwing away 50% of the equity. Right? So what is the right way to go about it? The right way is to raise only 25 lakhs, and in that 25 lakh your 5 crore valuation will be established. Now raise another 30 lakh, 40 lakh or 50 lakh at a valuation of 7 crores or maybe 8 crores. Whatever valuations comes, the post money I'm talking about, after the first round of funding and after you deploy the funds, accordingly raise second round. Don't call it a round, because till pre-A series you don't have to call it a round. You can call it some tranches or whatever you want to. Don't give it a technical name. So you can raise as many times as you want till you reach $1 million. Once you are there at $1 million stage, then it is the right time for you to scale up through venture capital. Do not raise more money from angel investors, because that will actually affect you later on. Angel investors, if they give you more funds, they will try to interfere in your company very much. It is not good for your organization. Do not raise more money from one investor. Always raise less money from many investors, right? So that is my advice. Any follow-up question you have?
Yes, sir. I just wanted a guidance on how to go ahead with this, like how to pitch, like, because nowadays the competitions are like very less due to COVID and all. So like where to find the right opportunity, or like the investors, and like how to approach it? When just give a little.
See, mostly I'll give you a real fact. Most of the investors who are real angel investors, they don't write their fancy title as angel investor, right?
Yes.
Because for the obvious reason. And generally those who have never invested or who are fancy about investing, they write these fancy titles, angel investor. As per our research, we have found out of 100 people who wrote angel investor on their title, you will be surprised or shocked to know that 97 out of them, almost 97 out of them, were not the investors who have invested ever, right? So as per the definition, angel investors must have invested at least once, right? So there were this was the distinction created by Dr. Malpani also. I don't know how many of you know him. He was very active some time ago. So Dr. Malpani was saying, talking about active and non-active investors. It's the same concept. Any angel investor should be an active angel investor at least once. right? And if you find out anybody who calls himself as an angel investor who has invested in his own company is not an investor, right? We have found a lot of people who wrote this title angel investor, and when we asked them to verify, they said we have invested into our company. No, that is not angel investing. Somebody, in fact, we came across some people who said we have invested into Snapchat and Facebook, and later we found that they have bought 1 or 2 shares of Facebook from the secondary market, right? So this situation of India is really challenging at the moment. Be careful. It's very easy for you to find out angel investors. In fact, what you have to do is you have to find out the industry people of your segment. Like hyperlocal is a subset of logistics, right? So people who are CXO of VRL logistics or any big company, FedEx or anybody from DHL, these kind of people who have the senior positions could become your angel investors because they understand the industry, they have the money to pay, and that is the right set for you. In case you need any help from StartupLanes, you are most welcome. The process is very simple. We just charge you 1,000 rupees. That is just the money to find out who is, or you may call it a legal cost, whatever you want to. Then a funding mandate has to be there. Once the mandate is there, first you pitch to us, to our team. If they like it, if they feel that you are in the right stage, they will offer you the mandate. Once the mandate is done, 1,000 rupees you pay, and we will give you a date for demo day. Demo day is the exclusive day for you. That means nobody else will be pitching. You will be coming to the demo day and you will be pitching to lot of investors we have invited, and if they like, they will put in some funds into your, and we do the rest, right? So that is how this is done. For applying, go to StartupLanes website. There is, you'll find out in the funding section, you will find out a link. You just have to apply, fill the form and share your pitch deck link. Upload your pitch deck to some drive, share that link. That's it. Our team will call you. In case you do not receive a call, that means you might have your phone might have been out of reach or something. Then wait for some time. Our team may call you again. Else, let us know.
It's a great job you are doing. I congratulate you first on that. And this is my 4th session. And on the 4th session, I'm raising my
Thank you
hand.
so much for coming for the 4th time. Thank you so much.
No, I've been regularly watching you. I was thinking to myself whether I should ask a question in the open forum or ask you directly. But I thought once I'll talk to you in the open forum and then get back to you probably at the end of the day today. Gentlemen, see, I have come out with a project, rather it's a sort of a startup which we got ourselves recorded also in the Startup India Hub. See, I hail from a small tribal community called Kodavas, which is down in South Coorg, that is south of Karnataka. You must have heard of Robin Uthappa, is a cricketer. You must have heard of Field Marshal Karyappa, was the 2nd Field Marshal of India. There are a lot of Kodavas from this particular community which has done a lot of things to Kodagu and the whole of India, and we are proud of. So we have accumulated data of all these tribal people, and we have generated the family trees of different Kodava families in Kodagu. We have close to around 1,800 sort of surnames, what we can say, if you have to think of any other community. Whereas in our community we call it. In some other community they have some like Bunds, if you know the Shettis, Rice. There are around 99 of them. So like that, we have around 1,800 of them. Out of that, today around 750 are there, rest are extinct. So we have managed to find 733 families of at least one number, merged all the family trees together. And just last week, we got a recognition from Indian Book of Records saying that is the single largest online family tree in India. So social networks like Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, or anything when you go, they're all specific to certain particular when it comes to your family, there is no particular social networking platform available. So I thought this will be one of the right thing to do, and we took off on this. And now because we are successful in one community, we want to replicate it to all other communities, and obviously there will be an exponential growth in this. Because in India we have more than around 15 to 18,000. So I just wanted to know how I could go about, probably discuss with you, because as you say, the stepping is what we look at, like, when I should get the angels, when I should get the VCs, when I should get the PE, and probably when I should go IPO. So that's the way I just wanted to get the detailed information from you. So.
Right. So thank you so much and congratulations for the achievement. My father was president of a community. We are the Baniyas. We are called Maur Vaishyas.
Lovely.
And there was a Akhil Bharatiya Maur Vaishya Sabha that was all across India. People who are Guptas, Agrawals, they joined, and at local level, domestic level, in their the city level and mohalla level, they used to have lot of events. Those kind of events were like somebody in the family who has got good marks, we used to get some prizes, a small prize, plastic tiffin box, but that is a kind of sense of feeling and achievement. And they used to invite kids at stage and do the dance, get some cultural activities, something about knowing about our ancestors, our moral values, and promoting that. And that actually happens in all communities at all levels that I have seen. If you need to get it all together at a particular platform, very good, because online is today's the need of the hour, and that is fading away because offline is fading away. Those events have closed, those events are not happening, but this is again needed. All you have to do is you need to find out a revenue model which could be similar to Facebook, but I don't think so it could be appropriate to go
Can
for.
I take here we have a subscription model, sir. What we have done is we are making it 350 rupees per year, annually renewable.
Okay, but I am not really in favor of this model, to be honest.
Okay.
Like if you see at StartupLanes model itself, we have a freemium model, which is the world's best model, which is the Facebook model, right? Or Google, whatever you want to call it. Free is the new in. Everybody in online, right? Suppose if I must have kept a fee for this event, for the question and answer session, then lot of people might have not come up. And it does not mean that they cannot pay. To be very honest, it does not mean they cannot pay. It means that when everything is free in this world, why should I pay for anything, right? And automatically, with this freemium model converts into premium when they are happy. Suppose you want to ask me a question. This is my model, I'm just sharing. If you are happy about something and if you feel Shishir is able to solve my problems, then we have a paid model. You can pay and talk to me separately, right? And that is exactly the best way to do things. When people are happy and they find out value, they should pay. So what you can do is you can keep it free of cost, and whenever there is something, suppose I'll get you. Suppose there is somebody looking for marriage of their son in the community. That time you can charge them, and you can find out bride and groom, and both sides you can charge, right? Suppose somebody is looking for blood. It could happen that right? So in that case, you can charge them as nominal fee, right? Because it's very bad to ask for anything. Then you can have some kind of event contest, wherein you can have your margins in those contests, even after giving all the prizes, and then you can have sponsors of your events. Right? Nobody wants to pay directly. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
And in the old model, I was telling you about my father. There we used to have a magazine, and people used to pay for the lifetime subscription of that magazine. So you can have this online magazine. People will be happy to pay for the subscription. Subscription could be maybe 1,000 rupees lifetime, right? But you can have a lifetime income through the advertisements of that online magazine, right? Or the platform that you are building. So that could be the right way. I will not suggest you to upfront go for 350 or any amount as a subscription fee, because you might end up having very less number of people.
Exactly. That is happening now.
While you go free, I'll tell you one more thing which is very important. Like in YouTube, they make you the product. This is the only model in the world wherein the customer is the product, right? You might have not thought in that way, but if you think, you will find out. Customer is the product. YouTube has nothing, just a platform, and platforms make customer as a product. And when your customer becomes the product, you can have lifetime earnings, right? So that is what I'm trying to tell you. Probably you can have extracurricular activities, some folk dances, and then some singers coming up, and you can commercialize everything and give them a cut. You can have, somebody coming from your community singing songs, becoming popular. Let's have a contract of 25% sharing for your organization forever life. 75 they take. They will be very happy. And you should have that money, because that is how you can grow, right? Others also need the chance. So that's a very good idea. I think it's going to be very, very successful if executed in the right way.
I agree. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any follow-up questions, sir?
No, I mean, the only reason I did not want you to get to this free subscription is because A, I didn't want fake registrations. B, I wanted a sort of a ownership of those people having towards their particular community. Like, spending 300, यार मेरे community के लिए मैं 350 तो दे सकता हूँ. That type of attitude I expected. But what you're saying is 100% right, because it's 3 years and I have only around 200 people.
Sir, actually what happens is, people who say in public मैं दे सकता हूँ, they will start making bahanas. Right. This is exactly what happens. There is a Mata ka function or something, what we call Jagrata in North India. Everybody, you will see somebody coming with a parchi, in Delhi, every house. And because everybody comes to your house and asks for 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, and they pressurize you.
Yeah.
This has become like a business. Right.
True.
So it should not happen. Whatever the model is, in the Mata ka Jagrata, you should come free. Whatever you feel like, you donate, right? And people who want to support, they will definitely support, right?
Okay.
They will 100% support. And there are some people, like you said, Robin Uthappa, he might be able to give you more money, not you, society.
I understand, yeah.
Because they are not giving it to you, they are giving it to themselves, right? This is their society, and that is how this should work.
Okay.
If anything goes back to the society, and if I have the money, I'm sure I will be able to, and there should not be any kind of condition. It should be free will, right? You might have an NGO registered, which gives them some tax benefits as well. So you need to create a mix of both, a commercial organization subsided by an NGO that does some kind of charity also, and then it becomes an ecosystem, and then you should, engagement is very much necessary.
That's true.
Right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir. But again, I'll get in touch with you parallelly later after this discussion.
Definitely. For
Thank
sure.
you.
Hello.
Hi, Rashi.
Hi, Shishir. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So my question is, we are in precision agriculture organization. So name is Smartic Technologies. We are based in New Delhi. So we are operating for the last 3.5 years now. So last year we got 2 projects, but due to COVID we lost 3 projects, and now we are like somehow sustaining ourselves, and we are trying to raise angel. So we are very new to this. We are trying to get into this. So I would like to understand how to choose an angel investor, and whether they are going to help us in networking or some other ways also other than funding. So what are the best ways? So I would like to understand.
Okay, very good question. Let me tell you, money and advice never comes together, right? Anybody who has influence over you is investing. Don't take his or her advice. Never. Because they are investing as a passive income generation model, and you are taking for the active income, right? Both the objectives are different. Do not take their advice. I will not recommend this. Mentors are different from investors. So if you have to pick up any investor, pick up on the basis of the investor's ability to network with the venture capitalist. Underline this. Ability to network with the venture capitalist is the most important factor here. Not the ability to give you suggestions or recommendation or add value to the business. For that we have mentors, and mentors should be necessarily from the same industry who has more experience, like somebody who has who is the chairman of NAFED in the past, somebody who has been vice president for such kind of organization, right? So anybody who has the industry wise experience can become your mentor but not your investor, and if at all that person becomes your investor also, then have this terms and condition that I will not be enforced or in any condition to take your advice or implement it, right? I might take your inputs, but it will be the decision of the founders, because this ends up into something the wrong direction as per my past experience. So while you are picking up investors, only look at their ability to network. In case, in our industry, to be honest, you might laugh at it, we say beggars have no choice. So while you are getting money, get the money from anywhere, right? But in case you get a choice, in case you get 5 or 6 investors who are putting in the amount of money and you have to pick, then pick the person who is more connected to the venture capitalist, because eventually that is the thing that you need in future, right? You will be trying for VCs and they will be trying for VCs, because that is the common objective. They get an exit when there is a VC round, right? VCs buy through something called discounting. So whatever valuations of the company would be at the time of the VC funding, they will give some less valuation, discount on the valuation, and give their equity to the VC. That is what angel investors do. So on the basis of that, you pick up the angel investors. Any follow-up question?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you.
Hey, Shishir, the question I have today is, see, we have validated 57 crores. Of course, we have taken the service from you guys. And the problem which we are not able to come to the conclusion that the percentage of the equity, how much we should burn. And should we go by the combination of debt and equity? That is currently, of course, we are generating revenue, we are break-even as well. We are in the growth stage. So our plan to expand to other cities, of course, we are taking StartupLanes help for even for the funding as well. That is going parallelly. So of course we are approaching others this case as well to rise from different people. Now the question is, what is the percentage we should burn if it are going for equity, or it is better to take a choice of equity and debt together? If you can throw some lights on it, it would be great.
Right. So your decision of equity versus debt depends entirely upon your hopes of scaling up. If you are hoping to scale up rapidly, then it is a better option to take debt, right? Because in this way you can save your equity by and large, and in the later rounds of VC funding, you might be able to get more valuation for the same equity, right? If you look at very successful startups, like I will not name, but most successful startups in India, you will see founders have got only 6% left, maximum 13% left, right? So they are big, but they have got nothing. So in case you have at last, at your F series, E series or F series, if you get 30% left out with the founders, that is huge. Huge means really, really huge. By the time you hit IPO, if you have 25%, 30% equity with the founders, that is really good for the company as well as that is good for you individually. You end up getting a lot of wealth, right? But if you give away all the equity right away, then automatically this chance will be less. Now, why should we give equity in case you are not getting debt? Then because debt requires collaterals. So if you don't have collaterals, or if you are challenged with the revenues, right? So there are some models like Quora. Quora was not making any profit or any kind of revenue for several years. WhatsApp was not making any profit for several years, not even revenue. Then those kind of startups have to necessarily take equity based funding. They cannot take debt. Where will they serve the debt from? Because debt has an interest component, right? Even if the interest is deferred, then you end up paying more, because this and interest and then interest on the interest. So this becomes big. If you are into a revenue stage, then it is good, because that interest serve will be considered as your cost. In the expenses it will come and will save lot of money in terms of taxes, right? So you need to consult a financial advisor. This is what I recommend, on the basis of your chartered accountant could be the right person who can see your finances and recommend you accordingly on the basis of how much interest you can serve. and whatever interest you should serve, only take the amount that in proportion of that. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Any follow-up question?
Nothing. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Bartish.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, Ashok. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, I just want one suggestion, sir. So actually, I have a problem, and I would like to get a suggestion from your end. So from my friend circle, I came to, they have suggested you to go through, they have suggested you. So that's what I'm here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, I'm an IT employee, sir. So I was working in a company for more than 4 years, sir. The thing is so actually I got another opportunity and I have decided to resign my job. So I have sent a resignation email to my company, management team, and you know what? They have sent a reply mail saying like your resignation is not, we are not going to accept your resignation. Saying because the project is critical and we have renewed for a year, like that they are telling, and they said like we are not going to renew you even 3 months or 6 months. I don't know. We won't relieve you, like that they told. And what they are coming to me is, if you want any salary package, you can go and ask. But I don't have any concern to go with the salary packages. And second option, what they said is, we need to recruit one person, and that person has to join in this company, maybe like 60 days or 90 days based upon their notice period. So they have to join here. And from that, from at that time only, I will accept your resignation. And from that, you need to serve 90 days of notice period. After that only, you can relieve, like that they are telling. So I'm confused here what to do with this.
See, and I think this is a legal question that you are asking. As per the law, notice served is notice received. Okay.
Yes.
So once you are serving the notice, and if they see there is some confirmation that the notice has been taken, whether they accept it or not, this is considered as a notice. So if there is a notice period in your offer letter for 30 days or 60 days, that period will start.
Okay.
Whether they accept the resignation or not,
okay,
you can, by law, you are free to serve that notice and leave the company under the terms and condition established under the offer letter. Right. So it does not matter. But if it is mentioned that you need to serve a notice and the resignation has to be accepted, then it becomes complicated. So what I'll do is, you go to email legal@startuplanes.com. Archita is our lawyer. She will help you free of cost. We don't charge for any consultation. For legal, there is no consultation fee. She will help you and she might read your offer letter, right? In case any senior lawyer has to be engaged, then she will tell you, and senior lawyer are not in-house, so they might charge something, but again very nominal, and they will recommend you on the basis of your offer letter the right way. Okay. In case any legal support is required, we will serve the notice to your company so that it becomes for sure. They cannot say that, oh no, I have not received the notice, because then our lawyer will send that notice, right? That so and so person Ashok will leave after 30 days as per the terms and condition established in your offer letter.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry on that part. As far as you have not done anything wrong, then you don't have to worry.
Still now I have not done anything, and right now I'm in my notice period, so it's 90 days notice period, so I'm still surviving. But during my serving itself, they are saying like you have to be here, you need to recruit one person.
No, nothing like that. As per your salary is your right. Whatever gratuity or anything is there pending, that is your right. You will get it. Law is there to support you.
To whom I need to contact, sir?
Archita, legal@startuplanes.com.
It's an email ID. Can you please drop a message to my here, sir? I'm outside. I don't have any pen or something to note it down.
It's very simple, no? Legal@startuplanes.com.
Legal@startuplanes.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. In case you don't get, you call the StartupLanes numbers, and somebody will connect you to Archita.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Ambika. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, sir. This is my second conversation with you, and I'm so happy be here, sir. Thank you so much.
So kind of you. Thank you so much.
Sir, actually, last time you have told me that my idea is very good and you encourage me at lot. So now I was in touch with your team also. So actually, we want a mentor who can help us to, as you told me last time that you should, you may not remember that my model is my company name is RenoFast, and we are providing bathroom renovation services through our app. So you told me last time that we should have a vendor interface also, where because you being a Noida company can't go to the remote locations and do the service. So if you want to make it big, then you have to make a vendor interface. So my question is then how it can be done and how StartupLane can help me to make it big and make it all these things.
Right. So what we are doing is we are starting up business advisory services.
Okay.
Right? Very soon. What big companies do, KPMG, Accenture, big companies, EY. Okay. But these services are limited to big companies again because the cost is very high. So right. We are trying to build this model in-house at a very low cost. But again, low means not very much low. It will be around, it will cost you 8,000, 9,000 rupees per month, which is like, less than a salary of a person. In that, it will be 1 lakh rupees for 1 year complete package. There will be business analysts. I'll tell you what they are going to do. They will analyze first your business, and then they will sit together with me, and we'll create a model for you, a right kind of model wherein how you can scale up, and then we will find out systems and processes which are lacking. Like you might not be having a CRM, you might not be having an accounting package, you might not be having, it could be anything, funnels. So we will give you the right kind of suggestions and solutions, where to get those funnels, at what price, and how you can reduce your cost, and how you can build the systems and processes, whether you have a privacy policy, just everything which is availed by a big company, everything will be taken care of, from your privacy policy to your business model to your funnels to the software, the right kind of tools, how you should do the PR activities, whether you have the right kind of offer letter or not, everything. And we are building those systems and processes now. That means we are building that checklist, whether they will check everything, and they will suggest you as well as, so because I cannot mentor and guide every startup this way, there are so many. So that is why I'm building a team. These business analysts, they will connect and they will keep a close track, and wherever I'm required, I will be personally engaging and creating the solutions. And we are trying to keep it as much low fees as possible. So 1 lakh rupees is still the lowest fee that we can have for 1 year of service, in which there will be one business analyst and one systems and processes manager who will check whether all the systems and processes are in place, because you end up losing a lot of money because of lack of systems and processes.
Right.
Sometimes, and because we don't know. I've seen a lot of companies who don't have privacy policy, they don't have offer letters for their staff, they don't have a contract with the vendors, right? Not just legal, lot many sales systems, they don't have funnels, they don't have a CRM, they don't have a lead generation system. So that is, one business not done is your loss. Opportunity not utilized is lost, right? So if you are not generating lead, that means you are losing business. So you need to generate leads. You need to do everything which others do, big companies, in your own cost, and that is what we will be doing, right? So this could happen anytime within next week to next 15 days, because we have already started building this. Okay, I hope that will be suitable.
Yeah, sir, that will be. And sir, my second question is this: for example, right now this is my MVP model, because we are also getting clients, but our services are not exact what should be. So at this stage we can go for the funding and all, or it is not the right time?
Not exactly the right time, because you need to build. Actually, what I have seen is most of the startups or most of the companies, they just build a basic brochure and they hit the market, right?
Okay.
So it should not be like that. While you approach investors for funding, because you cannot approach the same investor again, so why to lose out on the chance,
Right.
So better to prepare everything. That means not just brochure, you need to have all the systems, processes, scaling up model, how you will scale up. If investors keep on asking you question, you should have that all the answers. And we are also trying to do mock pitches. Mock pitches means our team will mock the investor and they will ask you 100 questions, right? So that you prepare before you actually hit the investor. So we are trying and building that model as well, and this is all free of cost, no charges for it. Wherever we find out that we can offer anything for free, we always do that.
Right. Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for
a long time in LinkedIn, and it's a great pleasure with you to be here today. Actually, I have some few queries to be asked from you. Like my company is Logitech Technologies, and we are an educational company. And we started our company with the vision to provide excellent education in the field of electric vehicle technology and automotive electronics. As you know, currently all the automotive industry, even electronics, IT industry like Google and Apple also are going for electric vehicle. But India is not currently ready in the fact of manpower, trained manpower to handle this. So we started with that vision, and we took the premium model. So we started giving free education in in the form of webinars, seminars, and other forms. And we received excellent feedback from students in our comment box of LinkedIn or Facebook also. But right now we are in the space that we are looking for some investment or some investor also, and we are also need some support to fast pace our startup. I also want to know, from you, how we should go now from which position we are right now, and how StartupLanes can help us to grow our startup very fast pace, because this is the very transient process in the EV. Right now, everyone moving, so this is the very best opportunity for us to have a grab for market in a very big way. So please, sir.
Right, like I was telling you, we are building that consultancy model for startups, wherein our business analyst can analyze systems and processes and help, right? So that is one side. Another is the funding. So for funding, like I told everybody, the process is very, very simple. First, you need to apply online, share the pitch deck link, then our team will call you and do a mock pitching. You have to pitch to our team. While you are pitching, our team notes down a lot of things, and our team will prepare a research report for you, free of cost. This research report is shared with the investors, and we ask you to record a promo video. A promo video to attract the investor. This is also free of cost. You record the video, give it to us, we will edit it, we will make sure that this looks good, right? And we'll send to the investors, and we will give you, post the funding mandate, we will give you a date for your demo day. Right, that is how this simple process is. And generally we don't reject any startup, to be very honest, until and unless they are not ready for it. So it is a zero rejection model. We might tell you that you might not be ready at this moment, come back with all those documents ready. And we also have the service for documents, whatever document, pitch deck, valuation, whatever you require. Once you are ready, we give you a date. On that date, you will be joining exclusively. No other investor will be coming for anybody else. All the investors will be joining in to listen to your pitch, right? And after the pitching, we send them, we rotate a form asking them how much they are committing. So whatever amount they commit, we create something called financial syndicate. In the syndicate, they will put in whatever money they have, and 5 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever they want to, and whatever total comes up is given to you directly. We don't take any kind of cut. We will charge you a success fee post your funding. Okay.
That's very great to know, sir. And I have one second question, if you don't mind. That I have seen, I have had I got very limited exposure, but with my knowledge, I have seen people are more inclined toward a physical product. So in educational sector, we don't have a physical product to show, or we don't have a physical product to say that we are in this step, or we are in prototyping, or we are in marketing. So we are completely an educational service provider. So in that case, how we convey our message that which stage we are in, or how to write a pitch deck for that kind of purposes.
You have noticed
Non-trivial
actually correct.
product.
You are 100% correct.
Yes, sir.
What you have noticed is perfect. I will not say that there is any other thing, right? People prefer and invest only into products, but what do you call Netflix is a pure service served as a product, right?
Yeah.
It is a service served as a product. Amazon Prime, it is a product now. So you have to create product out of your services, a package, right? So which is standardized, because without standardization, if there is too much customization, whenever you say, those companies who say pricing depends upon something, it is very difficult for them to scale up. You're getting my point? When you say depends, you cannot automate, because then computers are dumb sometimes, right? Then you cannot, your model cannot scale up, and then this will be a problem. But if you create a model that this is the price, you will get so things, 5 things you will get, 20 services, 25 services, whatever you get, create a bundle out of it, and then you can scale it up, right? Because you will save a lot of money in understanding the customer once you create a standard offering, right? That is the most important part of it. You need to standardize and offer it as a product.
As you give example of LinkedIn perfectly, like the Netflix and other services, online services. As per my expertise in industrial, as I belong from automotive also, the training which can be provided in electric vehicle, automotive or embedded, it's best if we give a hands-on, mean offline. Online, people are only getting the theoretical concept, but to have a hands-on, they have to be offline. So our model is more towards the offline training, and we are having some set of things we are providing to the students when they come to us. So how we can represent it, this accept package to any of the English.
See, you need to create models like Kids Learn, or I've seen the doctor's training. I don't know if you have seen it. A doctor from Germany was training a doctor in India, and you can't have a live person, right? To do the heart surgery, you can't do it on a live person. Yeah. So what they were doing is they had a model of a human, which they already, small model, miniature model, which they supplied to the doctor. Similarly, I've seen some machines building process. You can't open up a machine which is 1 crore worth, right? So they supply you a model, simple model which looks exactly the same, which has parts exactly the same. So you need to create some kind of kits which you can send online through courier, and at the time of training they should be able to open that and do it practically like they are doing it on the vehicle itself. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So you need to use technology. If it is totally physical, you can't do it, right? Very difficult to scale up physical models.
Okay. So basically, one should have something to take away, kind of thing that can give a package, including our services as well as any physical things to be given, so that they can do it from their own space also.
Right.
Okay. Yes, sir. So regarding that, after this session also, sir, I will be in touch with the StartupLanes. I have a lot of things to get it from the StartupLanes.
Definitely. Why not? For sure. Okay. So here we have reached to 2 o'clock. One more question I can take, and that's it.
Thanks for this time, and this is the first time I'm connecting. Pleasure to connect you. And sir, I am actually business development head in the IT products and services company. So just during this pandemic, I felt whatever the method I used to find a prospect, or the way I'm actually prospecting and trying to get new business and identifying new territories. So those things actually becoming challenging, and too many things in front of me, not able to choose. And if I'm choosing any paid platform or else a trial of that platform which can give me opportunity to search a lead or try to connect them in social media and understand if I could help them, or try to prospect. So such things I am actually having in a confused mode and not progressing much. So hardly 100 in 1 is getting the next step in such kind of methods, and time is actually spent more than 70% in this searching itself. So
And I think thank you for this question. I think this question will help everyone. And may I ask you whether you understand about funnels? Do you have a funnel installed?
Yes, sir, I have.
So how are your funnels performing?
So funnel actually right now we have people who approach us. That is one of the inbound, and outbound we have cold and whoever interacts and get to the next stages. We are making it warm and hot stages. And
is there any web page where the landing page is there where people come from the digital marketing and they sign up a lead? Do you have that?
Yes, we have that, so that they will download our product as an example, whichever flavor they like, and it will be a business form where all the details they will fill up and download it. So the valid details, whichever we found, we are contacting back, and that's how that method is going well. But in inbound, we hardly have success rate because many of them say it's a casual install. Many of them say it's just trying to understand for my future business, or sometimes I don't know when I installed. So it's becoming like if somebody says yes, I'm interested, definitely it is progressing further. But otherwise, the outbound for what we are searching for. We make 100 and again the ratio is very less.
And what is the product you are offering?
So we are into retail POS and transaction platform automation.
So that's a very niche kind of service, right? So you need to find out the store owners, and they are not very tech savvy. I'll tell you why.
Sure.
If you go to a store, what's your location?
Hyderabad.
Okay. So suppose I'll give you an example of the place I know. Right. Suppose you go to Chandni Chowk. Everybody knows Delhi, right?
Right. I know. Yeah.
There you will find all the shop owners who are they use the POS, right? Mostly.
Correct.
There you will find they don't have time to even have lunch.
True.
Every time there are a lot of people standing, even in the COVID. There are 3 reasons. One reason is they have been doing this since ages. Second is they are into the market wherein everything is cost effective. That means very, very cheap. Right? You will not get prices except you get to Chandni Chowk or Khari Bavli kind of markets, right? So people do come there. Third, you get a lot of variety. That is why people go to these kind of shops.
Correct.
And these guys, they don't have time. So I don't think so they are very tech savvy, or they get time to go to Facebook or LinkedIn. And your social media lead capturing system, takes lead from Facebook, Google, and what if that person is not browsing Google, right? Or going through Facebook. That guy might come at night, and watch some Aaj Tak news, and that's it. Some news channel, which is what I feel, this is very much important, or maybe some, sports sometime. And everybody's reach is not to Aaj Tak or such kind of channels, right? So in that case, what I feel is the right way is to go establish some canopies physically, and in the market run some offers, because that will give better chance. And that is exactly what Meesho is doing, what Big Basket is doing. They have understood this. They are going out, talking to the people, inviting them for some get together, some kind of a small event, wherein they are offering some food, some snacks, depending upon the region, right? If it is Delhi, you can offer puri kachori. If it is Hyderabad, you can't offer puri kachori, right? We did one event in Hyderabad, and we said it was Shraddh. I don't know whether you know about it. And we said we will not be having non-veg. And a lot of people send us emails. We will not participate. If there is no non-veg, we will not come. So depends entirely upon the place. So Hyderabad, you should have good non-veg snacks, and then people can come, join in, and while they are eating, that is the opportunity to talk. That time you should explain them, have some chit chat, or make them sit at a nice place, give them seats, cover it, and show something on stage, and ask them to sit there, and food will come there. So they will listen to you. You getting my point? So that kind of, and they will become your brand ambassadors also. They will talk about you later on, right? Because and it depends entirely upon the taste of the food. True. If the food is not good, then beware. What's going to happen, But if the food is good, they will definitely talk about you, because you have given them a great chance. and let them know 1 day or 2 day prior to this, so that they don't come up with their own lunch. Right? Because if somebody is carrying lunch, then again there is your response will be less. So organize an event in the market, inform 2 days prior to that. This will increase your engagement, and then while they come, ask them what kind of POS they are using, whether they are having any kind of issues with that. You might be having some USPs, maybe some the service or maybe the price, right? Initially 99% or maybe or you can say 90% of the decisions are taken on the basis of price, right? But later on almost 70% are decisions are taken on the basis of the service, because this price might be negligible in terms of how much business they will lose if the POS don't work, right? So that is all you need to understand, and you can offer that. This is my take. I think this is going to help you a lot if you try this, right?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Any follow-up question, boss?
Yes, sir. Sir, in international market, we also offer these services for enterprises, wherein like even Deloitte and Big Basket or else other firms who are into multi-chains. So they also have such requirements. So to identify them in early stages, or to identify what they are in need of, because they might publish in any tenders or something. Tenders we are able to notify, but other platforms which actually notify us that multi-outlets or entrepreneurs need it anywhere in the country. So such things, any channel to identify?
See, this goes through the events only, and instead of applying to the tenders, it is the right opportunity to meet the decision makers. A lot of events happen all across the world, including SL events. Like, if you go to our Singapore event, and if you get an opportunity to speak for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that time obviously you need to sponsor those events, or you need to be a participant. See, in online events it's very difficult to get into the picture, right? You might or might not get the opportunity to talk,
right?
Okay, but if you become the sponsor, and if the audience is right kind of audience, then you get a hell lot of value. So you can pick up those events internationally, and because you are the sponsor, they will listen to you. They will give you the right kind of space.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Done, sir. Thank you so much.